So I'm going to come at our man Joe Biden for a second here. Last week he held a rally in Florida, in Tampa, Florida. It was a virtual rally. It was really pretty much just a disaster to say the least. It's like something that a high school senior put together as a final project. It was full of just a lot of miscues, a lot of technical difficulties, whole chunks of time, whole, 5-minute sets of just blank screen with distorted audio. You have the camera cutting to the various Florida Democratic Party members who were going to say some words in regards to the Joe Biden campaign. By the way, their entire platform is basically a reason why you should vote for Joe Biden is because he's not President Trump, which isn't really much of a platform anyway. But besides that, it was really hard to watch. I'm going to leave the link to it in the description so you can get a feel for how bad it was. Even if you want to say that all the technical errors and all the audio and the visual errors aren't really his fault, I think it is. Ultimately falls on him. Who was he surrounding himself with that nobody was communicating and nobody did a practice run to get things right? If you can't even get a virtual rally right, which is really basic. You get everybody on a webcam, you get a little bit of audio. They should have been distributing at least halfway decent mics to these people so that they could sound halfway decent. Imagine him trying to put together a team in his cabinet to run the country. You can't even get people to run a virtual rally? You serious? They couldn't even get Joe Biden's introduction right. After all the technical difficulties throughout the entire video, he comes on 37 minutes in and there's another miscue. He's standing there. Oh, am I on? Yeah, bud, you're on. And the whole country's watching. You can't even get it together for this. Not to mention all the creepy things he says, all the times he says things incorrectly, all the times that he loses what he's talking about mid-sentence and doesn't make any sense. This is just demonstrating his total lack of awareness. When your platform so far is just that Orange Man is bad, you have to at least be good yourself too. If you really want to stick to your guns and say that he's not at fault for all the miscues and the technical difficulties, then I think that looks worse for him. Because now you're talking about a presidential candidate who's just going through the motions, who's standing where he's being told to stand and speaking when he's being told to speak, and he's not involved. So I think to say that him not having any responsibility to it is probably even worse. You would want him to take responsibility for this. I'll leave it with that. Take a look at the video for yourself. I think it just is high quality incompetence. Like this video, subscribe and share. Leave a comment if you'd like. Take care of yourselves.
Please welcome Vice President Joe Biden.
Introduce me. Am I on? Yes. Hey, good evening, Tampa. Thanks so much for tuning in. I wish we could have done this together and it gone a little more smoothly, but I'm grateful we're able to connect virtually, and thank you for your connection and for